Hey everybody, how's it going? This is a review type of thing for Bluetablepainting's painting services because this model was painted by Bluetablepainting, which is why it looks really good. Anyway, I'm gonna kind of gloss over the whys you would take, go through them, or why you would, pay and whatnot, and just get to more of the review of the model and my experience. Pretty much, I went with Bluetablepainting because aside from the fact that they produce a good product and that they seem very personal, very likable people, they were also my first experience with the wargaming community, and that I mean videos that I watched. So they're essentially my gateway into the wargaming YouTube community, and that coupled with the fact that I like their products, I like how they seem to be and act as people, which is why I went with their service. And when I had them painted an Eldar Bonesinger model that I provided, with some minor conversion work, not done to the model itself, but put onto the base, and pretty much that goes into the why pay the price. I'm not going to go too much into pricing. If you want pricing, you can contact them directly. They also have information on their website, on their blog, and even in their videos, usually in the description section. Yeah, it's expensive. I'm not going to lie. It's an expensive thing to do in general, not just through Bluetablepainting, but just in general, hiring out somebody else's service, commissioning a paint scheme, or commissioning anything for this hobby. It's expensive. The hobby is expensive to begin with, so it's not like there's a big shocker there. At the same time, one thing I will say is, I know some people don't like how expensive it is through anybody. At the same time, I don't like how some of those people badmouth companies for no apparent reason, or people trying to make a living on this, because they do offer a good service. They give you a high quality paint job on your model, and some of them, like Bluetablepainting, also have quick turnaround rates for completed armies, which is very cool. So if you don't want to pay the price, don't pay the price. Nobody's forcing you to. At the same time, don't try and badmouth somebody either for no apparent reason. I'm just saying that now. I'm not saying anybody's done that, but I know this is the internet, and people do it on the internet so quickly and so vastly, so I just have to put that out there. At the same time, for those of us who do it, we understand that it's expensive, we know the price we're paying, but I believe the result is well worth it. What I have here is an Eldar Bonesinger model, like I said. This was a limited run model that they did as part of like this package deal where you bought a codex and a battle force of the same army, like a Space Marine battle force and codex, and you got the model free with it or something like that years ago, or a couple years ago. And so that's I acquired the model recently, and I wanted to get it professionally painted, or quote-unquote pro-painted, as people call it on the web. And so that's why I sent it in. It's done to their highest level, I believe, which I believe is level 6, and with some minor conversion budget put in there for the Staff Spear thing and the Dead Seekers of Slaanesh. I requested it in the Altan Stars Craft Rose color, which is in the Codex of Eldar, by the way, back in the painting scheme section. I also requested the Craft Rose symbol be on the Nestor symbol, done on the robe very well. When you fill out the paper to pretty much essentially what you're requesting them to do, and you can request as specific or as vague as you want. There's also a space to put in information, like for additional information on like a paint scheme. You can put in pictures, links to websites, or say, hey, Codex Eldar page, whatever. And I did some of that. I like how they incorporate the color scheme of Craftworld Altan Star. It's red armor with black helmet and whatnot. I like how they put the red on the robes and made the armor black. I just like the contrast difference there. I think it'll look really well with the rest of the army once I eventually make it. But that's for another time. I also requested a spear/staff be on the base somehow, and if possible through a enemy. And I put on the sheet when I filled it out that the preferred enemy would be Slaanesh, because it makes sense for Eldar to hate Slaanesh. So it's cool they have a Slaanesh Seeker head with a spear through it. And the reason why I requested that, in case anybody's wondering, because I want this model to be able to use as a count-size Eldrad, so I wanted the war gear to kind of be there, and his staff would represent his staff. So that's why I chose that. I went with a jungle base, which you picked from there, as I didn't really specify anything about the base other than I wanted it to look like a maiden world. So I think they accomplished that very well with this luscious look, with some rock, rock here and there, and the pristine type of jungle look. I think they did a very good job there, as well as with the paint scheme and the blending and the shading and whatnot that you'd expect from a high-level model or a high-level paint choice. Also, as I believe they do with all their models, it's sealed, as they say on the website, and they did a video on it, I think, as well. They did. That they seal their models, which is very good, especially for pewter models like this. But also makes the paint doesn't smear, smudge, protects it. So that's included. And I assume it's some type of matte finish, because it's not. It looks very matte and not shiny or glossy. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the model itself. I'm trying to get in for detail shots, but it's hard with this camera. Pretty much, what you do is you pay you send the model to them, or they purchase the model. You pay a half-down deposit. This I think for regardless of size of payment, size of commission. So be it an army or one model, I believe you pay a half-down deposit. Then they paint it. They show you the end results in picture form or video sometimes, I think. And mostly picture form. And then you say whether or not you like it, or anything needs to be changed, and then they finalize it. Everything's finalized. You pay the other half, and then they ship it to you. So it's a very clean process, very straightforward. I had to say I'm really happy with it. I like how it looks like this is like bone-ish, like wraith bone. He's standing on virgin, quote-unquote, wraith bone. Wraith bone helmet, which is very nice to contrast with his blackish armor and his red robes. This is more of a blue look in person, but it is green. It's like a bluish green, I guess a teal, that's a good color, but it's not as green as it appears in the camera. My camera does wash away some colors. I like how they picked out all the little gems pieces. It's just the attention to the detail that you try to do yourself, but sometimes you just miss it. And I think they did a great job. I like the symbol on the cloak, or robe, I should say. It looks very nice. Again, this pose is not converted. This is the pose of the Bone Singer. He comes on the Wraith Bone, and I think he'll be a great centerpiece for the army. So, in closing, I would say that I'm very happy with their services. I think they do well, and they stand behind their product. I want to make sure you are happy with it. Also, if you're ordering an army or many pieces, or should it just break apart in transit, they do offer repairs. Now, some breakage is normal, and that's to be expected with anybody. You're shipping a miniature, even in the best case scenario, where you secure it very well, which they do package it very well on the ship. It's going to bounce around. They can't control how it's handled by the shipping company. So, like 1 or 2 minor breaks is to be expected. I had no problems with that. But if it's terribly broken, they will repair and touch it up. So that's pretty cool. So overall, all in all, I suggest you just at least check them out, more so than just watching their videos or whatnot. I am very happy with the services I was given. And overall, I'll give it a big thumbs up, because the other hand's using a camera. So there we go. There's a thumbs up. And yeah, very happy with the results. So give them a check out if you're seriously considering getting a model painted. I'm not saying every other company is inferior. I'm just saying they're worth checking out as well. So take it easy, and Sean, thanks a lot.